Night stream should be we should be on air right now. Let me check. This has been an awful while since I have streamed earlier. I love taking days off, as you probably all know. If I place me on Discord, no one, no one. I'll wait till I get the notification on my server that I'm live. In the meanwhile, well, this is only YouTube. I ain't gonna stream on Twitch this time. Mostly because I don't care. The quality is shit when I stream both on Twitch and on YouTube. But hold on, let me get the stream link before I actually switch. I'm in the worst situation ever to stream. What is the link? Let me try to match it. MS7. Okay, this should be it. Yep, this is it. Let me try to read the fake message and click. Okay, we are live. Hello everyone. Sorry for the interruptions at the border, or in this case at me trying to actually stream on YouTube. Like only YouTube, which is something I never do. I almost always stream both on Twitch and on YouTube, but yeah, just wanted to do something different, just stream on YouTube, and mostly because I wanted to talk this earlier than my regular programming. I usually do stuff from like my 6 p.m. to my 10 p.m. Not today. This is like now it's like 3 p.m. and I want to do this till 6 p.m. Well, since after 6 I usually work on lore. Which is, yes, it's becoming an important part of my life at this point, but whatever, I don't care. I want to play Minecraft. I want to play some Minecraft, maybe some Roblox, just the usual Let me Hasmilk stuff. Yeah, I am a little bit silent today, since I don't care, just let me be silent. I don't talk, mostly because I'm a little bit tired, you know, I'm a little bit tired. I haven't played Roblox in a while too, so yeah. I hope some stuff is good than usual. I usually don't play Roblox. I don't feel if I don't know if I want to do Rogataway. I think I want to do MEG. But was this game already alone? I think so, yeah? Yeah, I believe so. There's like, was this alone? Another one. Gimme. Yep. Okay. Let me first set up OBS because I don't set up OBS properly. I love streaming. Yeah, there's that. Mostly way to talk about some stuff. Mostly, like I said in the last stream, some stuff about mostly Fire Life, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I don't fucking care. I already played this game energy tutorial anymore. I don't care. Okay. Get your assignments. I guess we do the evening up. Maybe Dumbledore's. Surprise the missing right phonograph? I guess so. I don't know. I do remember you could do emotes in this game because I played this with my friend a while back. Anyways, I mostly wanted to talk about Final Life and how the video is going. It's going great. At least for my standards. Yeah, it's doing a little bit good for my standards, you know? Because usually I usually, whenever I do stuff, right, whenever I do this kind of stuff, it ain't like that good to work on it. Like, it mostly takes a lot of time, but it is in the same old system. Hello? Is by chance the right chronograph? Oh! Fucking hell. Fucking hell, bro. No. No, okay, maybe it was try. I'm stupid, I can't do regular shit, okay? We'll just talk. I just went to talk. I didn't even want to boot up Roblox, I just went to talk with y'all. Yeah. Yesterday you said to do a recording, and we had to do like a recording that... You know, have you present the Walter White thing at the start of Breaking Bad? It's like, my name is Walter White. I'm living XYZ, blah 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 blah. I wanted to do something similar. I recorded a video that I wanted to post whenever I quit YouTube, or whenever, well, I'm not here anymore. It sounds depressing, but it really isn't. It's like, actually, it's like a therapy session, kind of, you know? It was kind of good. It was kind of, you know, something. It's kind of like writing your own stuff. Like writing whatever you feel into a diary. But video format, then it's good. I tend to do that a lot of times, like with logs of my dreams and stuff like that, because I don't want to forget shit. Forgetting is actually something that I don't like, pretty much, but it is what it is. Sometimes dementia exists. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Minecraft modding as well as Final Life. I kind of don't get the modern trends in the Minecraft community. Okay, let me show you a thing. Have y'all ever heard of a specific mod called... Hold on, let me get the mod real quick. I don't remember which of the two it was. But I believe one of... Hold on. Okay, let me get back my gaming tab. It's still stuck on Roblox, that's good. Let me quickly change this to be GC. Quickly resize it. Quick. Have you heard Flashback? Have you heard Axiom? No, I believe these were made... No, it's still Mulberry, so it's still the same people who made, well, the Flashback mode. I don't like both of the modes. I kind of don't. But why? Hey, they're useful mods. It's literally a video. Lumi, you might say. It's literally a video through Minecraft. I don't like it for a specific reason. It's dumbest reason, but I really do, but it really matters in my standpoint. Yeah, I think it was available with Flashback, but you can look at the license, okay? The software is provided as is, without warranty of any kind. This price included but limited the warranties on merchantability, fitness, etc. In no event shall authors or copyright holder be liable to any claim. And software out of it connection with the software related an action of dealing to the software. I am not good with licenses, but I see this. And you know what I see? Close to software, okay? Axiom and Flashback, both of the mods rely on the all rights reserved contract, or, well, license. Now, I have nothing against the all rights reserved license, okay? Because, well, it's the same license that I believe even Minecraft uses, or some other software use. But in the specific case of Flashback, and in the specific case of both Flashback and the other mod in Axiom, it's weird. Okay, it's weird. I personally am of the belief that mods should be open source by nature. Any sort of modification of a game should be accessible to everyone to see. That everyone can fix it or add patches like that. Replay mode is an example. Replay mode, IRC, I don't really remember, but replay mode is open source. Let me quickly check. Yep, replay mode is open source. It uses, well, okay. Here's the okay, there's flashbacks mod. Sorry, flashbacks you know, license. This the license that replay mode, which is what Inspired Flashback uses. This is the GNU General Public License v3, only the v3 version, which is a good let me tell you, GPL is a good license as well as MAT. I, for the most part, for my projects when I publish them on Modrin, use the MAT license, mostly because I don't understand Get. I do not use Get that much, so I don't understand it properly. So whenever I have to, since I'm not good at Get, I am actually trying to get my stuff onto Get, but I can't. I'm stupid. And yeah, I mostly use the MIT license, which basically is open source, but I can also choose to not publish the code. Basically, it allows, if I don't remember correctly what the MIT license uses, but I know it's a good license. Okay. Well, here's the problem. Axiom and the other mod, Flashback, basically tell you if you want to make this mod work with other stuff, fuck yourself. We're probably gonna sue you. It's not gonna happen because I don't believe that Mulberry, the studio behind both Axiom and Flashback, is gonna actually sue people. But yeah, it's simple. Do not distribute or rights reserved. So what it means, some projects that, for example, let me show you something real quick, okay? Let me quickly get it up. Okay, here we go. There's a replay mode, okay? There's a replay mode. We all know it exists. We all love it or hate it. It's a good mod. I use it. I'm using it to make the Final Life videos, and I will probably keep using it unless there's a good alternative that is open source. This is an open source project. But one of the issues that I've had with this mod is if you look here at the versions, right? If I look at one of the versions that I mostly use, 1.20, 1.21, everything is Fabric, okay? And if I go to Forge, the last version is 1.12.2. Why is this? Well, it's because there isn't a Fabric version before 1.13. If I recall correctly, is it 1.13? I believe so. Yeah. Okay, no, 1.14, sorry. 1.13 I believe no one even uses. But a lot of people, that when they, oh god, my camera fucking thing that I use to recognize if I'm in shot or not doesn't want to work. Well, basically there isn't any Fabric version before 1.14, and that's why it doesn't want to work with 1.14 prior to Forge, because there isn't Forge for those versions. Forge was invented afterwards, like the release of that version. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. There is a project called Reforged Play. I am a little bit of a supporter of this project. This project, if I recall correctly, is also open source. Yeah, it's open source. Which, yeah, it's an open source project that does the same thing as the replay mod, but it allows for Forge and NeoForge support for kind of full modern versions. There's like from 1.19 to 1.21.1. It's a good mod. Like, it is a good mod. Why? Because let me tell you a story, okay? I was in a lot of SMPs. a lot of servers that had mod packs that were Forge exclusive. One of the main culprits was even my own server, Final Life. Final Life Season 1, or Season Test, or whatever you want to call it, Season 0, had a Forge 1.20.1 mod pack. Both the version that we used finally, and the version we actually used, and the prototype versions. Why web displays? Web displays didn't want to work with any version that came after, and it doesn't support Fabric at all. This project is actually cool because you can actually make cinematic shots in CDU's Forge. I know some people made criticize any use of Forge. I don't know what's the drama behind it. Big parenthesis, I don't know what's the drama behind Forge. If there is any drama, I just know people don't like it. I use it time to time. I believe it's mostly performance, but I still use it time to time whenever I have to use a mod that is supported on Fabric. I'm fine with using both Forge, Fabric, NeoForge, and Quilt. But, the issue is, Flashback, by being, closed source, doesn't have Forge, and will most likely never support it. Fucking, I used the wrong UI. There's Flashback, okay? Flashback only supports Fabric, and it's only compatible with 1.21 versions. There's Axiom, another mod that has been doing the rounds recently. It's a mod that basically allows you to build stuff, but with a menu. Consider Mulberry, the studio behind Axiom and Flashback, as the Adobe of Minecraft. In both the good ways and the bad ways. Well, not all of the bad ways, but some bad ways. In the good way, it's an extremely competent piece of software. Okay, it's an extremely competent piece of software, both Axiom and Flashback. I have to admit it. The UI is simple enough to understand, and if you don't care about it being closed source, you can use it. It basically unites both. From what I can see, it basically unites WordEdit and Lithematica together. Well, Axiom is closed source and will never support Forge. Won't support Forge. And also says that breaks with Optifine. I believe this, yeah. Optifine alternatives Y, Optifine regenerate blah 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 blah. It's basically, hey, you can use other stuff. You can do other stuff that allows you to have basically the same stuff as that, but with Forge. Well, let's consider, for example, on the average Minecraft player, okay? The average Minecraft player, and I will use for example one of my friends that I play Minecraft with, one of my Italian friends. I don't believe I've had him live sometimes. I believe that because we mostly speak Italian, and be doing an Italian stream would be a little bit out of character. But this person only used Optifine. I had to teach him how to use Sodium and other stuff. I will just disable. I'm sorry. I will just disable the. Fuck it. See my kitchen, okay? I will just disable the other thing. But yeah, I had to teach this friend of mine how to use Sodium, how to install Fabric mods. Why? Because he only was used to either clients like Lunar or other stuff like was either Lunar or Optifine, because they are simple. Well, imagine that type of person somehow wants to use Axiom. They won't be able to. They'll have to do another piece of research to make it work. And this also breaks compatibility with some clients, for example, Lunar. Lunar, if I recall correctly, is really terrible when it comes to actually providing mods. Same friend as before, who uses Lunar, had this experience of okay, this friend, I went to him to invite him to my Minecraft server and said Minecraft server has a voice chat. Well, I couldn't make him he couldn't add the Minecraft voice chat because Lunar works doesn't want to work. Imagine running Axiom on top of Lunar. It would be hell. And, well, if Axiom and Flashback are the Photoshop or Premiere of the Minecraft world, consider something like the replay mod and Word Edit / Litematica as the DaVinci, not DaVinci, but like Xorn, no, not Xorn, Kdenlive, sorry. I keep mistaking names, sorry. I wanted to say DaVinci, but DaVinci is closed source too. But I mean, I do trust DaVinci more. I'm gonna be honest, I do trust DaVinci more than fucking Premiere. I'm gonna be honest. Even though DaVinci is like it's an okay program, truly, but sometimes it's a little bit too GPU demanded. I don't care because my GPU is good and it's like the best option that I have for Linux, and I've been using it for a while. But that point aside, consider Replay and Word Edit as the Kdenlive and GIMP of the Minecraft world, okay? Because Word Edit, like GIMP, you can use it. It's a little bit more simpler because it's only command lines and such. But it's only commands. Same with Litematica. It's mostly you make a file and you export it to other people and you can share it around. Whereas with Axiom, you can actually do all that sorts of other stuff. But the main benefits of Word Edit and Litematica is that people can add add-ons on top of that. People can make either other mods that are based off the Word Edit and work, well, even better on Word Edit. One of the main examples that I have is like Fast Async Word Edit or FAWare. I've used it, I believe a lot of people who do Redstone, at least when I was, like in the Prison community, a lot of people use FAWare or Async Word Edit and not Fast Async Word Edit. It's a Word Edit mostly because I believe it was faster, and stuff like that is awesome, okay? Stuff like that is awesome. Because it allows you to have a lot of talented people working on another project made by also talented people. With replay mode, I already made an example before with Reforge. Here's the deal to be had with stuff like that. Sometimes it will not be as good as something like other stuff. For example, I will admit that by looks and functionality, Flashback is more usable than Replay. Replay is simpler, Replay is a little bit more unstable, but as of functionality, Flashback is where it's at, okay? And it sucks that it's closed source, okay? It sucks that it's closed source. And that is also that it also only supports the recent version. Why? Because imagine okay, Replay has already a lot of issues. I'll be honest. And I haven't seen if Flashback uses these issues. I haven't used Flashback since February, or a little bit before February, when my Windows install decided to broke and I switched fully to Linux like I do now. But I know that sorry. I know that Replay works perfectly on Linux, mostly because like the only issue that I had with Replay is like screenshots, but at that point I just used to like Windows Shift S and some exports, so I have to export in WebM, which is fine. I like WebM, it's fine, I don't care. I just have to do one encoding anyways to make it work with DaVinci. But some of the stuff that I could argue is that, like, some of the other stuff is that I don't trust the fucking company. I don't trust Mulberry, and I don't trust the Linux compatibility. Because who the fuck knows if it works on Linux? I haven't tested it yet. It might work on Linux perfectly, but as of right now, I keep using the other thing. I keep using Replay. Same thing for Axiom. I still haven't checked the Linux compatibility, so I don't know if it works. But I know a lot of developers are like, shit, don't want to do that stuff. And Another issue that I have with closed source software, well, in this case, okay, in the case it's weird for Axiom because because it's the ARR license, it's not something like the CC license or something else. But the code is published. You can see the code, but you can't make any changes to it. You can only request changes. And here's a problem, okay? Here's a problem. Imagine, let me also check something real quick. ImGUI source main resources fabricmod.json homepage, blah blah blah, licenses, assets. I don't see anywhere on main.jar. I might be stupid. That's because I am, mostly. But I don't see any, you know, main.jar. It could be that it's hidden somewhere. Well, it could be. But most stuff that they provide is, I believe, only... let me see, let me check actually the project. Super contributed does. Creating not accept, that's a contribution. Okay, insert flashbacks jar, do not re-upload or redistribute, etc, stuff like that. Super, if you need assistance, join the Discord. Flashback community does not accept a straight contribution. Okay, from what I can see, you can't make contribution but source code is there. Here's the point. Imagine if they somehow implement a backdoor. Okay? GitHub is already not the best website for that, for like publishing code. Look at, for example, all of the fucking key activators that are scams or are viruses that are on GitHub. And like, look at all of that, right? I see all of that, and I see Flashback with its own custom license thing. Even if I do think that the Flashback developers are in the right place of mind, it could always happen, okay? I do not want to accuse the fucking Flashback or Moldberry or stuff like that of anything, okay? But I kind of don't want to trust a company that's closed source, okay? That's just... I think it's because I have a Linux mindset. And well, I already use Linux and mostly open source software. So I don't fucking care about stuff like that. I don't fucking care if it's like... I care, sorry. I am on Linux, I use open source stuff mostly. My video editor is still a problem. I will try to switch to Kdenlive. I won't try to switch to Kdenlive. But some of the stuff, it's mostly, it's mostly a step down from DaVinci. But, yeah, as someone who cares about open source stuff and cares about the source code stuff, I cannot trust, even if the project is good, I cannot trust it. I cannot trust closed source software. Okay? The same has happened, the same applies to many different products. For example, Vivaldi, the Vivaldi browser, or Brave. I believe also, yeah, Brave. Both Brave and Vivaldi and Opera at this point are three browsers that are three browsers that during the advent of Mozilla's crash, basically, if you don't know, Firefox is implementing a lot of stuff that some people don't like. That's the broadest way to explain it. Firefox has been adding stuff like AI or licenses and stuff like that that people don't want in Firefox. And well, some people have been suggesting, hey, why you just don't switch to fucking Brave, or switch to not Opera or Vivaldi. Well, other than the fact that both Brave and Vivaldi are both Chromium, and as like Mozilla is doing that shit with Firefox, but I don't trust Chromium either. I don't yeah. It's a step down because Brave and instead of something like Thorium, okay? Thorium is open source. Chromium in and of itself on Google Chromium. is open source. You can find the source code, you can download it, you can modify it, and stuff like that. Brave, Opera, and Vivaldi are not, and by extent also Opera GX. Now, why would anyone care about this? By the way, a big parenthesis. I will get to Minecraft in a bit. But why would you care if your own favorite software isn't open source? A lot, actually, a lot. Now, I have nothing against people doing this. I just will say that there are open source options that you should most likely check into that before, for example, in Axiom. Okay, getting back to Minecraft, in Axiom or Flashback. If someone says, "Hey, should I use this mod?" I will say you could, but try using Replay. Try using Replay, which is the open source alternative that you can 100% trust. You can trust 100%. And you can, like, modify it if anyone wants to. For example, if someone uses an obscure fucking piece of loader, like someone still uses not Refugi, or if someone, for example, uses Light Loader, okay? Light Loader, no one uses it. If someone wants to force replay mode to Light Loader, they could. I don't know if it's possible because I don't know how Light Loader works, but you could technically do that. Okay, I don't even recommend using Light Loader because who the fuck uses Light Loader? I don't. Wait, let me see. Well, it is supported by fucking this thing. It is supported by it is supported by MultiMC, sorry. Prism is what I use, but MultiMC in general. But the latest version is like 5.12, so I wouldn't recommend anyone use. But besides the point, if someone wants to do the shitty thing of porting Replay or other mods that are open source to Light Loader, they could. They probably take a lot of time. It is probably not even possible, but you could. Same thing with Flashback and Forge, okay? It has been done with Reforge Play. It is an implementation of that. It is an implementation of that. But, yeah. Sorry, okay, sorry, let me... It is an implementation... Okay, so... Reforge Play is an implementation in Forge. Something that was possible because Replay had some versions for Forge. It could have been possibly possible. Sorry for the bad English. It could have been possible with stuff like... with the public stuff too, so sheer compatibility bullshit. Like you could do like mods to port public versions into public versions of mod into stuff, but I don't know if it's possible with Replay. But you always have the option to have a native version. Something like in Forge Play, since it will most likely never go open source, it was open source, it became closed source. You will not have the chance to run it on anything newer, or anything older. Sorry, anything older than the version it's mostly compatible. Because I know some people have tried and they have been taken down. I did see it because I wanted to do some stuff in like 1.20 with the mod and it wasn't available. But yeah, you could do that with Replay, you can do that with the other mod. Okay? And one of the other reasons I want to do this live stream about talking about open source stuff like that, is because I want to talk a little bit about PvP. I don't tackle PvP that much in Minecraft. I am not a good PvPer per se. But this is the only controversial take, sorry, one of the controversial takes that I have about Minecraft. I don't like Feather. I don't like the Feather client, okay? Feather, IRC, is closed source. Is the closed source stuff, okay? There isn't like, hold on, license. Feather client. terms. Let me get the license real quick. Privacy policy. I know there's like, hold on. Let me do something real quick. I do believe another person. Right. Okay. Here we go. Deputy MP visualize. Click here to know why I made this visualizer. Although I do remember privacy convenience method, but I don't know if you could actually use it. A tool to help you do this kind of stuff. Okay. I keep it here. Now, these are terms fabrics of that. Okay? Terms. Use terms of terms carefully because before using this thing. We reserve the right to update or modify it. Blah, blah, blah. Conditions of use. We provide the service to use. We are subject to the conditions stated below. Before you continue, nervous engineering, copyright, which is the actual stuff. You may not reverse engineer this example of decompiling the prototype, software, etc. By our website services. Content published in this website is property of digital ingot or its content creators. Approved by international copyright law. Applicable law. Publishing terms. There's like if you want to publish stuff into the store. What it tells you, you can't reverse engineer it, and you can't do shit to the thing. Okay? You can do stuff to it. You can do shit for Feather. And here is the point I want to get to. Why are so many people using it? I know people mostly don't care about privacy policies and stuff like that. But I've used Feather. I am someone who has used Feather back in like 2022 through 2023. I've used Feather. Feather, let me tell you, is not as good of a client either. The only thing that's decent about Feather, truly, is the fact that you can make custom servers. That's the only thing that I like about Feather. You can make custom servers. That's good. That's good. I don't know how the limitations of it, but that's the only use case that I could give Feather. It's an easy way to make servers. As for actual PvP stuff, you can just make a custom client for 1.21. It would be the exact same thing. Why? Why are you saying this, Remy? Well, I'm not a PvPer per se, but I know some PvPers, some in Final Life, some not in Final, who use like Prism. Some of them I drag them in because, well, I care about people's privacy. But most of them made their own choice to do that. So use Prism Launcher and or Multi-MC. The thing about PvPers or PvP in general in Minecraft, you don't need a client for it. The same as like HODs. No. Okay, you don't need a Minecraft client, like a Minecraft PvP client, as much as if you are a normal person, you don't need something like what's the thing? You don't need as hold on. Sorry for the interaction there. I will try to not make it so interrupted. Sorry. Let me get the feather remove again. Maybe I should just use this thing instead of normal thing. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. One of the things that, like, I don't care, like, you don't need a Minecraft client specific for PvP. As much if you're a normal person, don't need a fucking crosshair, crosshair. I believe it's the right word. As much you don't need a crosshair for games like Fortnite or Valorant or etc. If you're a pro at games like Fortnite or Valorant or CS, you use a crosshair, okay? Most people aren't used to the normal crosshair, more people want a custom one, that's fine. But when we talk about Minecraft, okay? Is there truly the need of having WASD on screen so people know when you press it? Is there truly this, by the way, post on 1.9 PvP? 1.8 PvP is actually okay. I use a client for 1.8 PvP. I use a custom one that I made myself. Not made myself, but it's like a mod pack that, you know, makes it so that I have my stuff. It's more. But the thing called, I believe it's one config. I haven't researched back into it. If it is closed source and stuff, I will just use fucking a normal install of Forge 1.9. But yeah, you don't need a PvP client, and that's why I don't understand people using this client specifically, because it is closed source. Okay, it's closed source, and the only thing that you might get from it is that, oh, it expands my FPS, it's better for FPS, or oh, I can add my own add-ons. You know what these add-ons are? You know what this stuff is? It's just this. It's just doing this. Modify mods. It's basically just downloading mods from through this. Okay? Wait, do I? No, I do have Apple skin in here. Okay. And what? You can always download it for Java, from something like Feather. You can download a standalone or something like that. You don't need this, per se. It is still closed source. It's the same case at Axiom right now. But, well, at least they don't track data. Okay? At least you don't track, they don't track data. Wait, let me see. Okay, let me see actual stuff. Fast save. Purchasing cosmetics, no refunds for any purchase made. There's also BS. You should be able to do refunds. Like for days and stuff. Display chargebacks, points, no guarantee, virtual currency. Any virtual currency is not physical value. This is basically just Fortnite, man. This is basically just Fortnite. I'll be honest. I kind of agree with Minecraft ULA. Because Minecraft ULA, it's a great concept that you are unable to, like, the most part, unable to sell stuff in game. Okay? It's a great concept, but terribly executed. Because stuff like this, stuff like Badlion, stuff like Lunar exist still. They still exist on the planet. Upon the planet, it's a little bit too much. Okay, Lumi, don't get too much, don't get too far. This is just a Minecraft thing that you're talking about, sorry. But it is still a little bit out of my mind that Lunar still runs. And clients that sell stuff in games still run. Obviously, it's for people who take sponsor, it is your own choice if you want to. I mean, if they give you money, that's good. Because some people do get sponsored by stuff like Feather, I know. Per se, who was it? Archwell. I know Archwell takes a sponsor in Feather, and I don't respect the guy because he's a server owner. But it's okay that he does the sponsor. I'm fine. I don't like it's fine. But I kind of I am a doomer, okay? You get to say this. I am a doomer. So I might say some doomer shit, but who the fuck knows Especially with stuff like Feather's License, which they can modify as time moves on. Who the fuck knows if they're ever gonna like add a backdoor? Okay? Who the fuck knows? Because it could always happen. Okay? It could always happen with closed source projects more than open source projects. Well, not open source project, because unless there's like a backdoor that gets fixed by unless there's like a security patch, no one voluntarily adds a backdoor. Okay. Here's the thing. Who the fuck knows if, you know, Lunar adds maybe a backdoor that tracks payment. Okay. Who the fuck knows if somebody like Bad Lion adds a fucking backdoor and it starts tracking payments? What if you have to log in with a Google account? What if they track that information too? You always never know. Because it could always happen. Okay? It could always happen. And, well, the possibility of it is like 0.01%. With stuff like Lunar, Tether, and Bad Lion. But it's never zero. It's never zero. As much as you shouldn't trust something like free VPNs, and or as much as you should trust data remover brokers, stuff like that, stuff like Incogni or Delete Me. And as much as you shouldn't trust big companies, you shouldn't trust people that do stuff that is closed source, okay? And let's talk about my journey here for a second. I started out being a Windows person. I used Windows, I used normal stuff. When I got into content creation, I even used the Premiere suite. I even used the Adobe suite, sorry. I used Premiere, AE, After Effects, and Photoshop. Well, Adobe is a shit company. So I decided to move well, I could really edit in Adobe, in Premiere. I don't know why, I just couldn't. But I decided to move from that to DaVinci. Now, DaVinci is closed source. There is still the possibility of the chances of stuff. Like, there is still that possibility. But, yeah, there is still that possibility. And I am still stuck on DaVinci. That's a terrible thing. And I want to switch to Kdenlive, mostly. And I do prefer Kdenlive overall. I just haven't switched yet because DaVinci has just too much shit. But since they're adding a lot of AI, I will probably just, yeah. Okay, one thing that I do kind of like about DaVinci is that you can download old versions. And yeah, you can just download old versions, and that's good. That's good actually, because in my case, I have a few plugins that work in specific versions, but don't in others. And for a Photoshop situation, I first switched to Photopea, and which is, well, it's a one-man closed source project, but I am trying to switch away from that and using GIMP. Okay, I want to use GIMP, and or Krita, and or any other open source thing that is good for photo editing. But you know, that stuff is serious, okay? That stuff is actually stuff that it makes sense doing closed source stuff. For something like Minecraft, and for something like mods, it feels petty, okay? It feels petty. Why? Because for Minecraft specifically, it's a game. It's a mod. It's not something like that. Actually, like, it's a mod, okay? As much as that fucking mod is useful, it's still a fucking mod. You know? It's a mod. So doing that stuff, like making it closed serve or right reserved, stuff like that, feels petty because you're still, unless you're like someone who makes mods for profit, like I believe Jet Starfish did it a while ago. But I don't even know if the mod is still, like, I believe it was just for funding or something. But unless you sell the mod, right, which, well, is against ULA, I talked about it before, there is no point in releasing the mod and making it closed source, okay? Because for the most part, copycats aren't gonna be there. There aren't copycats of replay. Sorry for my nose, guys. It's just that I can't breathe. Like, my breath is a little bit so yeah, I have to do this shit. But no one's gonna copy replay mode. No one's gonna just republish replay mode. And no one's gonna fucking check the source code and add stuff. Like, people can just do useful shit in this product is open source, okay? People can do useful shit if something is open source. I.e., Reforce Play. I talked about it before. The fucking Word Edit releases that are faster and stuff like that, or racing. But something like mods or Microsoft as a whole doesn't make sense. Make it closed source, unless you're so fucking careful about your code, okay? Unless you care so much about your code, you ain't gonna make the fucking mod closed source, like, because I believe it's better if stuff was just open source, okay? I've been trying to limit myself with my takes, by the way, for this live, so you'll probably just unlist it later. But it is just my opinion. Like, it is my opinion, don't take this too seriously. All that YouTube shit. Still, I believe that if you really care about your privacy, and if you really, really want to go deep into the rabbit hole, like I did, and I do, you shouldn't use closed source stuff, like at all. Except if it's like social media and you're a YouTuber like me, or software is necessary. You shouldn't use closed source software. And when said closed source software gets fucking, compromised, tough luck, man. Tough luck. Because who knows if the team at Flashback or the team at Axiom will go insane and make some stuff paid exclusive. What if they release against the ULA a paid version, like a premium? And what if that premium version later on becomes the only version of Axiom, and or fucking, Flashback? What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna keep the software, which is paid, or are you gonna switch? Or are you gonna just pirate it? And pirating mods seems like the most, not shitty, but seems like the most funny thing ever to me. It seems funny to pirate mods because, like, it's a mod. It's a Minecraft mod at all. But, what is my recommendation to people who, like, to the Axiom team and the Flashback team, and over these mods that are closed source? Please make it open. Please, for the love of God, make it open source. And, or if you need money, open a Patreon. I believe, hold on, let me check. I believe Axiom does have a hold on. A Patreon. Let's see. Commercial, oh god. Wait. Let me use a burner. Oh no! Oh no, there's another thing! Oh no, that's just as I thought! Just as I thought, there is another ULA for Axiom. Oh no! I looked into the burner emails that I don't really care about. Agreements. Axiom account. Commercial license. A fucking commercial license for microphone! What the fuck? Am I going insane? Is this real? Suspicion piece? Oh god! Oh god! This shit is so funny, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh god, this shit is so funny. They have a fucking paid version. I should be crying right now, but I'm laughing. I should be crying, but I'm laughing. The state of we got there is a paid version of fucking Minecraft mod. There's word edit. Oh god. Oh god. God damn it. So 1 AP? Sorry, this is for 1 AP? So they can use the slicer from its sweater. What's it? Is it like you can use it for one person? What the fuck? You should add it for all the person in the game. Wait. Download. I believe it's like a premium version, but it's literally what I was thinking. It was literally my tuber scenario. Oh god. I don't know. I feel like I feel like Louis Roxman. Okay, I feel like fucking Richard Stallman. Oh god. For one person, €7 a month for a Minecraft mod. Yearly, one seat, 90 fucking €5 a month a year. For a fucking Minecraft mod for one person. What is this? Is this okay? Is this? Hold on, let me check. Let me check something. This is. No, sorry, not the premium license, but yeah, hold on. There we go. This is premium. Pay €60 a month. Okay, it's still more expensive. It's still more expensive. But like, god damn it. It's wait. Sorry, not surprising. Hi people, I'm going mad. If you ever joined, I'm going mad at Minecraft mods. Because you, for everyone who joined right now, I'm looking into Axiom as someone who cares about privacy and shit. And I just saw this. I just saw that it's paid. I'm doing, yeah, as I said, I'm looking into Minecraft mods as someone who cares about privacy and shit. Trying to, not expose them, but like see if they're good. And well, as I saw with Axiom, it isn't good. It isn't. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit shitty. Hold on, let me block the things I can look at chat. Like, I don't know how to say this. Hold on, let me repeat the thing again. Now, for everyone who is familiar, there's Axiom. Okay? For new people around, I believe it's like 2 specs anyway, so who cares? Unlock the full potential of Axiom to power your commercial endeavors. Freelance commissions, Bedrock Marketplace map, Java Edition servers, and more. multiplayer support, collaborate with other people in private builds, backport version, automatic history persistence, and so more. So, for this Minecraft mod, I repeat, Minecraft mod, it's $8.99, it's $7.99 a month, $95.99 a year, and $24.99 a month for a server. So, if you want to, if you are someone who takes commissions for maps, which, well, it is a little bit, it is another kind of works into itself, I don't want to get into it, but it has more sense than something like Minecraft mods. But with something like Minecraft maps, yeah, it's still another kind of worms, but like for servers, €24 a month for one server? I'm sorry, they're just insane. Okay? This is just insane. I think I'm going insane with this. Let me check with Flashback, okay? Those Flashback also have a website. Let me check. I believe Flashback, no, it's free. But still, this shit is insane. The fact that I have to pay for a Minecraft plugin. Sorry, for a Minecraft mod. It's insane. Okay? In my book of trusting software, who do I trust? Do I trust this, or this? In my book, it's shitty. In my book, if anyone wants to be interested in Axiom, don't ever do that. Don't ever use Axiom. I don't know if whose fault is it here, if it's Mulberry or if it's Axiom, the publisher. I don't know which one of the two is at fault. But you have to pay for commercial license. My fucking assumption was correct. It is the Photoshop of fucking Minecraft. You have to pay fucking monthly to use it commercially. Well, it depends on how you see commercially. But still. The stuff that mostly pisses me off is that we have to pay to use it in servers. Like, in private projects, or like... I believe, I don't see fully, but I believe there's like... commercial use... Yeah, multiplayer support. So that if you want to make maps for a server with a friend, you can't. You can't. You have to use something else. I'm sorry, mate. You have to pay €24 a month. I'm sorry, you have to pay €7 a month for to using this fucking mod. Yeah. Relax, Jeremy. Relax. I know you cannot put privacy. Relax. I am probably going insane. But this is gonna be my closing statement. I want to end the live stream after this statement, which is gonna be 10, maybe an hour, maybe less long. If you're in the microspace and want to make content, okay? Stay a little bit away from Flashback and or Axiom. Axiom, you have to pay for a commercial license. That's, for me, baffling. Okay? For a guy who cares about open source stuff, it's baffling. And you might say, oh, it's something like Red Hat, where it's where it's open source, but you have to pay for it. No! ARR! All rights are fucking reserved. Okay? Or rights reserved are explicitly stated. So what it means is, if you want to fucking make a mod or make a modification, you can. So this means that if you want to use them, they could most likely make a preview version. They will tax him for commercial. They could do it with fucking anything. Okay? They could do that with anything. And I don't care when it's something like Reddit who does it, even though Reddit is controversial in of its own, because they offer an open source product. You say that you have to pay for assistance. And when you want to earn from open source product, there is a million fucking ways to do that, okay? You could open up a Patreon. Open up a Patreon, collab with other corporations, get fucking funding. Maybe, I don't remember which corporation. I'll have to remember what Moro says. Well, sorry, what? Hold on. There are a lot, by the way. Hold on. A little bit being insane. But there are a lot of ways to earn from open source software. Okay? Let me get the video that explained it. Open source. I can't even speak Italian at this point. Yeah, but okay. You can open a startup, do something like Open Core, do a licensing, something like a software as a service, like I believe Nextcloud, but you can host it on your own. May add ads. Well, that is a little bit more controversial, but you could add ads. You could do what fucking Canonical does with Ubuntu. You could do what Red Hat does with, you know, support. Or you could, well, do a lot of fucking stuff, to earn from it, okay? For example, dual licenses, okay? Something like MySQL. MySQL is really particular because MySQL is really particular because you have both an open source license and a commercial license. I believe if you have to make a paid version, I fucking spat right there. If you have to make a paid version, it is probably the best option, okay? Dual licensing or SaaS, or like software as a service, where it's like some stuff you can pay for, but it's like, yeah, you could, you know, stuff like that. Or you could open a startup, like, I don't know, Proton or KDE. KDE gets a lot of fucking funding. Void Zero gets a lot of fucking funding, which is Void Zero is a toolchain for JS, JavaScript. And they all get money, some of them even take a amount, from open source stuff. All open source stuff. You could do the same. Anyone who wants to be a developer could do the same, instead of making closed source stuff. Because closed source mean that people can make a lot of contributions. The only support that you have is through official means, which is like, for example, okay? Let's say, for example, you find a bug in Windows. To file a report on Windows, you have to file a report, wait till they ask, so till they reply to you, and then maybe it could be fixed in a future version, okay? Let's use it for Linux. If you're a developer, you can just patch it up yourself. If you're a good developer, that is. If you aren't, another person might patch it up, and it might be put into upstream, you know? Stuff like that. If it's a multiple people project, a lot of people, if like contribution might come from other people, You just write the code, and if the Linux people that control upstream like it, they could just publish it to there. Okay? And yeah, that is pretty much my take. You don't need to make stuff closed source. You don't need to make upstream closed source. You didn't need to make upstream closed source. And as much as you don't need to make other products closed source, okay? And I believe that's pretty much it for live stream. If you guys like this unscripted rant of mine, like slide the YouTube thing. As always, I'll see ya whenever I can. In this case, I don't know. Tomorrow, later than tomorrow, I don't care. Like, I don't know. Bye.